So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is another case study, LoadProof case study on another interesting 3PL. Right? This was actually a very, very interesting scenario because this gentleman was originally from the UK and he had obviously settled here in the States in the Atlanta area. And using his connections, he was actually helping the luxury manufacturers, right? I mean, like Tom Ford, big brands, all the European brands. He was helping the logistics, and distribution of those high-end brand products, and that would come to their warehouses here, and then they would ship to the luxury retailers, right? So that was again tough business. I mean, you got to have all the routing guides and follow the routing guide instructions, right, perfectly. And they were having issues. They were getting retailer chargebacks, and it was like he was struggling and making him look bad in front of his European customers that he was shipping on behalf of, right? So that was we got introduced, and he was like pretty excited to see this thing, and they turned on for the first festi, and they had significant savings, right? Because when you are handling such an expensive product, even a small, it's a completely different customer segment because the service level that they expect is much more, right, high end. It's a white glove service, so the product has to be perfect and impeccable. Not even a small. Even the packaging has to be perfect, right? By the time the customer gets the product, and the retailers are also handling those products in such a white glove manner, right? So Colin reached out to us, and we set him up, and then they took a while to get them to use the product, and they started using. And they just it's so, again, right, 4 major savings: having that streamlined system, streamlined process to capture photos, and having that proof, right? And then they reduced their retailer chargebacks significantly, and then they had reduced the rejected loads, and again the final thing was that faster processing of freight claims, right? So they had all these. I'm definitely missing out on the nuances and the intricacies of 3PL, and it was for the first site that we turned on was an apparel site, right? It was shipping all the luxury products, Tom Ford and other European products to these luxury retailers, right? So my point is, right, again, added tremendous value to this gentleman, their operation. They have 4 or 5 facilities near the airport, Atlanta airport, and they were pretty impressed, and they were happy. It took a while for them to get their people to use the system in a consistent manner. That was one thing that we felt that was a little different in this 3PL. Generally, they were able to, the 3PLs are able to get their people to use it quickly because the value add is immense, right? These guys took some time, but eventually they started using everything, and it worked out pretty well. And now, again, right, this is another standard thing with 3PL. Often, depending on the customer contracts, they shut down facilities, they restart facilities, and they bring up new facilities, right? And these guys have been in business since 1977, and they offered end-to-end service, everything: e-commerce services, transportation, compliance, everything end-to-end, right? So it was pretty interesting, a scenario. So we helped them, and they loved it, and now they're running it in multiple facilities. I think one facility got shut down, and then another facility came back up. So it's a really, really good experience, and you can see that. Once they turn on, then they come back and tell us, "Oh man, this is so good. This is I'm not wasting my time on who is being blamed, and I'm defending myself, blah blah blah." We share the photos and we move on, right? It just, you nip it in the bud, right? That's extremely important. You share the photos and have a very, very pleasant conversation. Hey guys, it's not fair for us to pay for these chargebacks, and maintain the relationship, right? And when you're able to have those photos and show that proof without any issues, and you can maintain the relationship team, you can have that friendly conversation and stuff like that. So we'll be able to, if you're a 3PL and if you're dealing with apparel and if you're working with luxury retailers, please reach out to us. We'll be able to help you. We can add a ton of value. We can make your life so much better, peaceful, and you don't have to have sleepless nights. Yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and reach out to us. Thank you.